This is this is so perfect for our theme tonight, and it came to me that we probably need to talk about or focus on moving from chaos to calm. So I'm loving that I'm hearing all of these sounds and all of this chaotic stuff. Hi, Amanda.
Hello.
So we've had some chaos on the line. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. All right. So I want to welcome everyone to our Midsummer Power Half Hour mini break. I'm kind of taking a break this summer, which is why I didn't do one in July. So I've got a lot of other things going on. So I'm so delighted that all of you are here tonight and wanting to participate. And as I mentioned, when there was a lot of chaos and noise on the line, it's kind of fitting for the theme that kept coming to me for this evening, which is moving from chaos to calm. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone just so that we get a good, clean recording. So today is August 1st, the first day of August. I think we have a new moon coming up, and this is a perfect time to get together and set some intentions for some calm and some moving and navigating away from the chaos. And if you want to just go ahead and just type in anything that you like in the chat box, that's fine in relation to where you are and what you're going through these days. And I think, Amanda, you're going to monitor that. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. It has been chaotic in our world, if you haven't noticed. And for those of us who are especially permeable and absorbent and sensitive and empathic, it can be, we've had quite a summer this summer. So I want to make some points about what chaos is and what it's about and how to minimize it. And then I've made some notes about an exercise that we'll go through to get you more centered and calm within yourself. Because whether you realize it or not, you are the calm in the midst of the storms around you. And the chaos in other people and the chaos in your community or in the world at large really is affected by how calm you are. So the more that each of us gets calm and centered and it disengages from the confusion of others, the easier it is for other people to resonate with that sense of calm, centeredness, and clarity. So I'm glad that you're all on the line tonight, because I think that we will be able to create an oasis that will have an effect wherever you are. And most importantly, a positive effect on you and how you deal with the chaos that you may be experiencing in your own life. So here's some notes. I usually sit down and I make some notes, spend some time in meditation and write down a few things before we get started. So here's some things straight from my notes that I want to share with you about chaos, so that you can remember what this is all about if you're feeling particularly chaotic. I know some of you have told me that you've been waking up with anxiety in the middle of the night. I'm actually waking up in anxiety in the middle of the night for no reason whatsoever. I think it's because most of us are very, very sensitive, or a lot of us, especially those of us who come together like this, are very sensitive to what's going on around us. And I want to remind you that chaos comes in times of change. It's like everything is getting taken apart. When you're experiencing chaos in your life, or when you see chaos in the world, just remember that it's the process that happens, or it's what things look like when everything starts to be dismantled, so that it can be put back together in a stronger, more resilient, and hopefully more upgraded way. So we're in this process globally in the collective consciousness. I know I'm in it in my own life. A lot of you have shared your own experiences with chaos in your life. And, all of our systems are kind of up for improvement and up for change. The systems on our planet, our money systems, our, the way that we live in communities, the way that we relate to each other in groups or even in one-to-one relationships, and even our internal energetic frequency is being shifted and upgraded so that we can function in a more awake and aware state. So hang on, there will be some calmness coming, but right now all the toys are on the floor, everything's been taken out of the toy box, and we're just weeding through it collectively to decide what we're going to take and what we're going to leave, and what best serves us to play with now, and what we no longer need to engage in and play with, and what other new toys we're going to make room for as we move forward on our lives. Amanda, I hope you don't mind that I share this, but I was talking with Amanda just a little while ago about how the train of change has left the station. And if you're feeling that, I'm really glad you're here, because you want to be able to enjoy your ride on the train so that you're not as affected by the way that it rocks and rolls and moves and corners a bend and all of that, so that you know that you're safe and you're available to really enjoy the process of moving from where you've been to a greater state of fulfillment and satisfaction, success, enjoyment, dare I say, enjoyment in life, and meaning in your life. So that's what we're going to work with this evening. I want to just give you a few energy exercises that you can do to begin to get clear and to clear out the chaos in your body system, in the way that you see things, in the energy that you may hold on to from your environment, from other people, so that you can really look around and see what you need to keep and what you can let go of at this point, so that you can continue to enjoy this ride. So if you can stand up, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that because I'm hooked here to the laptop. There's a saying in human design in regard to people's openness. If you've seen your human design chart, you know that you've got energy centers that are receptive or are white, basically, on the chart, meaning that they're open and they're receptive to other energies. And then you have areas in your chart and centers in your chart that are colored in, which is kind of like what you broadcast out into the world. So in human design, there's a saying around the open areas of your energy system, and it goes like this: be a screen and not a sponge. So I've been working with a few people around this concept of what it's like to be a sponge and how we get saturated with the energies around us. So this could be the energies in your relationships. It could be the energies that, when you're walking in a public place and you just pick up other people's stuff, and maybe you were in a good mood, and then 5 minutes later you're in a crappy mood and you realize, what happened here? Did I pick up somebody else's energetic frequency, and did I entrain to it? That's a concept from Quantum Touch, where we entrain to other people's general vibrational frequency. So not only do we pick it up and absorb it sometimes through our openness, but we also can entrain to other people's levels of how they relate to and emit energy from their system. So this concept of being a sponge is like we absorb all this stuff, like a sponge absorbs all this water, right? And we're absorbing energy and frequencies and vibrations, even noise and stuff we see in the news, and vibrations from color even, or stuff that affects you, things that affect you. And we hold on to them unless we're a screen and can let it go. So as a sponge, you have this ability to let go by squeezing out the sponge. So I want to share with you a Chi Gong exercise. So that's why I asked you if you can stand for this, but if you feel more comfortable sitting, you'll still get the gist of it. So it's really about just squeezing your energy system. So I want you to take a big deep breath and inhale oxygen and let your arms come up and just really stretch out. And then when you exhale, contract everything in, even your face and your feet and your legs and your stomach, everything, just like you're squeezing out a sponge. And just let your breath exhale. Now, let go and inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze every single cell in your body so that it's able to let go of everything that it has attracted and held on to. And let it out through your breath too. And do that again. And squeeze. Really get every last bit of oxygen out of your lungs if you can. Squeeze your face. Imagine your scalp squeezing. Squeeze your legs, your toes, everything. And then up again. And squeeze everything out. Just imagine that you're a sponge, letting go of all of the saturated vibrations that aren't yours. Just letting it all out. And then do that one more time if you want. And then take a big deep breath and let yourself sort of settle in and feel your feet on the ground, feel grounded and open. And you may need to shake a few things out after all that contracting. Let the pores of your sponge open up again. You've let so much out of your cellular structure so that now you're open and ready to see clearly with each single cell of your body. So if you're standing, you can go ahead and sit down. So now that you're open, now that you've squeezed out your sponge, you've got way more clarity at your access. So this is where we're going to focus on a little meditation, a little visualization. So you can close your eyes if you like. And imagine that you are seeing a movie screen in front of you. And you can see, put up there what's going on in your world, maybe in your family, your work situation, your community, and the world at large. And just let it play up there as though you're sitting back and eating popcorn and relaxing and watching this whole thing unfold. And as you're sitting back and relaxing as though you're seeing a movie of what's going on around you in your life, begin to recognize that you're not up in that on that screen. You are sitting comfortably, open and centered, and relaxed right where you are in your body. And acknowledge now that what you see on the screen is just a drama playing out, and it doesn't really have anything to do with you at this particular moment. And as you're seeing this with these clear eyes, notice the choices that others are making that you really don't have any control over. And as you notice what others are doing and the choices that they're making, notice what you're paying attention to on the screen. Notice what is really drawing you into the movie. And as you begin to identify what's drawing you into this drama that's up on the screen, feel how that affects you in your body. And now just take a deep breath and sit back. See if you can disengage from all of these things that are up there that you're not involved in right now. You're just watching. And see if that shifts if that observation shifts how you feel in your body by just acknowledging that it's a drama that you're observing. So now come bring your attention away from the screen and come back into yourself. And you can even look around at your immediate environment as well, because your immediate environment is also a reflection of what's happening inside of you to a certain degree. And if you were triggered by anything that was on the screen, just notice, just make note of where you feel that in your body, what it feels like, how it's affecting you. And if there's something in your environment that's distracting you, like clutter or something that you've been meaning to get to that just you haven't done, notice how that affects you as well. And then notice how, if you were paying attention to people in this drama, other people, how they were affecting you. As you move through your life, you encounter different people in your environment, and you tend to match their frequencies. So as you look at the people in your life, as you look at the environment that you're in, and as you look at how you are triggered or hooked into things that really have nothing to do with you, ask yourself what needs to be cleared up so that you can have an experience of a higher frequency, so that you can feel better and more calm. And also look at this in terms of systems. What systems in your life need to be changed or improved so that you don't get triggered into getting caught up in the drama? Or so that you feel a little bit more stable or secure? And now take a moment to reflect on who you're hanging around with, the people who come in and out of your environment, who make up part of the frequencies in your environment. And there's a saying about success that you're only as successful as the 5 closest people around you. And this is really important for those of you who have an open G center, who are designed with openness in your direction and your identity, to pay attention to. Who do you become? And how does that affect you? Are there people around you that you need to distance yourself from? Maybe not totally cut off, but just have more distance from. Or are there people that you need to move closer to? And I know these are a lot of questions to consider in a short period of time. So take a couple deep breaths and allow yourself to integrate awareness from just touching upon all of those questions and touching upon the awareness of what's around you, what you may be involved in that you don't need to be involved in, what is affecting the way that you feel. And just let one word or a sentence that helps you to integrate just bubble up to your awareness. One piece of inner guidance about how you can stay clear of the chaos and calm inside yourself. And know that you can always come back to this exercise to go a little deeper whenever you're feeling chaotic or pulled around by forces out of your control. And each time, your inner guidance will give you another piece of the puzzle, will give you another awareness of what one little shift that you need to make in the moment. So knowing that your level of inner calm can calm the seas around you, take a few more big, deep breaths. And feel them coming in like a big, supportive, fluid column coming all the way through your body, from the top of your head down to your feet, anchoring you to the earth, and also opening you to that higher wisdom. And feel how the higher wisdom and the lighter, finer vibrations can permeate all of your cells and trickle down into your body and allow you to feel lighter yet grounded in your present moment experience. And know that you can come back to this at any time you need it, anytime you're feeling a little bit out of sorts and you need to let go, re-engage, look at your systems, and look at how you engage and relate to the environment around you. So, when you're ready, open your eyes, come back into the room, and I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone. So does anyone have anything you want to share? I know we got started a few minutes late on our half hour, so we can definitely go past the 7:30 mark here on the East Coast. Anything about chaos or calm that you want to add to the party in the mix?
Hey, Sandy.
Yes, who's this?
Hi, this is Carolyn. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
In the midst of chaos, of course. I was just going to, well, first of all, I wanted to let you know I totally had to review my notes, which I took really good notes with your Bitterness to Joy class when I last took it, and I was like, I need to review those for myself and my friends, so I was really going over them, and I was very grateful for them because it just has felt like a lot of that chaos or that feeling out of control for me then becomes that sort of bitterness, like, oh, you know, the victim, I just don't understand, you know, and then the remembering that, oh, there's an exhaustion part to that too. And what I was going to say was just kind of fascinating to me from the astrological point of view that there's actually an asteroid called Chaos.
Oh.
Yes, and interestingly, where the asteroid Chaos is right now, in human design, it's in gate 45, which we know is that channel of money, that channel of money. And when you mentioned in the beginning about you know, money systems, like so many systems are breaking down, and I think some of us are much more sensitive than others to that feeling inside our body, even if we're, you know, even if we're not watching the news or not actively participating in it, whether it's politics or education or the financial system of our world. But I just find it absolutely fascinating that the literal asteroid Chaos is in 45, and it's making a channel with that 21, you know, which kind of the shadow of that is wanting to control things that you can't really control. And there's so many of us in the same age group that have, you know, a lot of stuff in 21 too. I mean, because Jupiter, there's just some major big planetary stuff that's in that channel. So for me, it's kind of helpful to think of it that way, to go, I'm just not personally going crazy. There's also a bigger picture going on.
There's definitely a huge collective component to it, and you know, I like to always bring it back down to the personal. I really appreciate you giving that big picture view too. And for anyone who doesn't know, Carolyn Jane, you know, if you want me to, I can post your stuff on, you know, your links on YouTube and whatever. But Carolyn is you're the asteroid queen in human design, and I just wanted to make a point because I know that we don't have just projectors on human design projectors on this call. The Bitterness to Joy class is something for the human design projector. So, but when you talk about bitterness is our theme as projectors of how we know we're out of balance and not really aligned and calm inside, to oversimplify it. And for generators, for those of you who are generators or manifesting generators, you would know that by, feeling frustrated, or manifestors would feel angry, or reflectors would feel disappointed. So if you're feeling any gamut of that, even if you don't really know that much about your chart, it doesn't feel good. and it's not really, as you pointed out, Carolyn, it's not, in the big scheme of things, really all just about you. We're all kind of in this boat together. We're on this train together, the change train, and it's exciting. If you kind of understand that we are just kind of pulling everything apart and moving forward and examining what we have control over, what we don't, what needs to fall apart, what needs, so that new systems can be built, and new things, either personally or collectively, can come into fruition. So thank you for sharing your perspective on that.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Sandy, for the meditation with the looking at the screen. It was really hard. I think we've talked about this before. I don't know if it's my design, but it was super hard for me to do the physical one, the one standing up. And I was just like, I can't do this. I just sit down and visualize it. I think it's just the way I'm wired. But the visualization of the screen was really good for me, because I got to see like a lot of things that are out of my control right now, as far as like being invited into a job, or even if I've applied, or like it's sort of, I feel like my future, or my sustenance or whatever is in the hands of others. And I don't know if that's just a projector thing, but it doesn't feel good. So to bring it back.
Amanda's shaking her head no.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's the chaos that I'm feeling. But it was good to just go, okay, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it right now, other than, keep doing what I'm doing, or whatever, all those things that we know about projectors having to keep our energy up. But, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and really all of these tools, when we get together once a month or once every 6 weeks, is to help you keep your energy up. So I appreciate that you're on the call. It's not just for, not just to help projectors keep their energy up, but for all of us. We're all affected in different ways by what's going on in the collective, by what's going on in our individual lives. And the more that we come together, in energetic support and awareness, the more that we can do this and be in those higher frequencies, in those higher better feeling places. Great.
Yes, thank you.
Does anybody else have something that you'd like to share or add, or? Is everybody awake? Did people sleep? And that's fine, because your body does what it needs to do. It's this, just like massage, even though I'm not touching you, is, people get upset when they fall asleep during a massage. And if you happen to go out during a guided meditation, it's fine, because your body knows what's going on, and your body's giving you what it needs. So, and of course, if you weren't able to fully attend because you had distractions in your immediate environment, please go back and you're free to review this and any of the other Power half-hour recordings that we have. They're up on YouTube, and I also post them on our event pages. So please, feel free to use any tools that resonate with you. And I know that we've got a lot of human design people on the call tonight, so any of you who are not familiar with human design, you can feel free to contact me for more information at my website at coachingwithsandy.com, and I'd be happy to share your chart with you or answer any questions that you may have. So I really appreciate that you guys are coming to play with me in the ethers here. So thank you so much. Last call for comments, questions, or anything else. All right. Well, everyone have a wonderful month. Next month, we will probably go back to the middle of the month. I'll have to sit with that and see if we're going to do that, because there's Labor Day here in the U.S. So I'll have to sit and see what we're going to do with that. But anyway, until the next time, stay calm, stay centered, and stay out of chaos as much as possible. You are the calm in the center of the storms of the environment around you. And that is your contribution to the planet right now. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll get together real soon.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks.
Good night.
Bye.